Hey Sam, good to see you. Today, we're going to learn the German verb.
Erfordern.
Hi Alex. That sounds interesting. What does
erfordern
mean?
It means to require or to necessitate. It's used when something is needed for a certain situation. The most common use is in the context of requirements, like for a job or a task.
Are there any false friends with that word?
Yes, good question. Some English speakers might confuse it with to afford, but they are quite different.
Erfordern.
Is about needing something, not having enough money for it.
Got it. How do we conjugate?
erfordern
In the present tense, we say,
Ich erfordere.
for I require,
Du forderst.
for you require, and
Sie, es erfordert.
for he, she/it requires. For the past tense, we use
Ich erforderte.
in the
Präteritum.
and in the.
Perfekt.
We say,
Ich habe erfordert.
So, was that like saying I required?
exactly. And you can also use it in the imperative form, like,
Fordere.
which means require.
That's interesting. Where does the word
erfordern
come from?
It originates from the Old High German word,
Fordern.
which means to demand. Over time, it evolved to include the prefix, which often adds the meaning of completion or thoroughness to the verb.
I see. That's fascinating.
Now let's break down.
Erfordern.
The prefix implies an achievement or completion, and the root
Fordern.
means to demand. Together, they express a strong need for something.
That makes sense.
Also, we can look at similar words. For example, with the prefix, you have,
Erleben.
which means to experience, and,
Erklären.
which means to explain. Both share that sense of achieving something.
What about with the suffix
With, you have words like
Veränderung.
meaning change and
Erfahrung.
meaning experience. The suffix often turns verbs into nouns that describe the action or result.
Got it. What about compounds?
For compound examples, consider,
Anforderung.
which means requirement, and,
Aufforderung.
meaning request. The head last rule applies here, the gender follows the last noun, so,
Anforderung.
is feminine.
Can you give me some real-life situations where I might use
erfordern?
Sure. Imagine you're writing a job application. You could say,
Diese Position erfordert viel Erfahrung.
which means this position requires a lot of experience.
So, I might say,
Diese Stelle erfordert Teamarbeit.
for this position requires teamwork.
Perfect. Another situation might be at school. You could use it like,
Das Projekt erfordert viel Zeit.
meaning the project requires a lot of time.
And in a doctor's office.
You might say,
Diese Behandlung erfordert Geduld.
which translates to this treatment requires patience.
That's useful. I'll try to remember those.
Now let's talk about gender hints since
Erfordern.
is a verb, we don't have a gender for it. But if you look at nouns like,
Anforderung.
you can remember that it's feminine because it ends in.
Ung.
I'll keep that in mind.
As for usage,
Erfordern.
is generally neutral and can be used in both formal and informal contexts. Common collocations include phrases like,
Etwas erfordert Zeit.
meaning something requires time, or
Es erfordert viel Mühe.
which means it requires a lot of effort.
Are there any similar words I should watch out for?
Yes, be careful with,
Fordern.
which means to demand. While they are related,
Erfordern.
has that added nuance of needing something?
Can you give me some example sentences to help me remember?
Sure. For instance,
Die Aufgabe erfordert Konzentration.
which means the task requires concentration. Or,
Das Studium erfordert Disziplin.
translating to the studies require discipline.
I like those.
Another one is,
Die Situation erfordert schnelles Handeln.
meaning the situation requires quick action.
Okay, I think I'm getting it.
Let's do a quick recall check. What does
Erfordern.
mean?
It means to require.
Great. How do you say I require in German?
Ich erfordere.
Perfect. What's the past tense form?
Präteritum.
Ich erforderte.
Good job. Can you give me an example of a sentence using
Erfordern.
Die Aufgabe erfordert Zeit.
exactly? And what gender is?
Anforderung.
It's feminine, right?
Right again. You're doing fantastic. To wrap up, remember that
Erfordern.
means to require, and it's a useful verb for expressing needs in various situations. Keep practicing those sentences, and you'll get even better.
Thanks, Alex. I feel more confident using
Erfordern.
now.
That's awesome to hear. Keep up the great work, and I can't wait for our next lesson.